Shalom Aleichem Tzadikim, we're back together to learn Torah Hashem, the biggest chus in the world. Forget about the Bechina, forget about points, forget about grades. This chus to learn the Heilige Torah. You know what the Schar and Olam Haba is. Specifically at times when you're not having a quote-unquote chiyuv based on school to learn, to learn Torah on your own time. The Shakash Baruch, this is what I love, this is what I eat. Should all be zeichet to want this always. To want Torah always. We start with the Mishnah, Ayin Aleph Amud Beis on the bottom, 71b. In the 8th parak of Sanhedrin, Ben Sorar Umora. Ben Sorar Umora Nidon Al Shem Sofo. A rebellious child is judged upon what will be in the end. He hasn't done much wrong yet. As we'll learn in the Gemara, he ate some meat, he drank some wine, he stole, he didn't listen to his parents, but he didn't do anything that deserves misa, death. Yet he's nidon al shem sofo. He's judged on what he's eventually going to do, which we know in the Gemara will be he's going to kill, he's going to murder, Mechal Shabbos, things that deserve death. And therefore, it's Rachmanos, it's mercy, Yom Zakai v'al Yom Chayev. He should die while he's still in a state of merit, while he's still a decent person and will have some Olam Haba. Better to die as such than to die if he's definitely going to end up deserving death because he's Chayev. And then he'll lose his Olam Haba, and then he'll have much worse. This is a merciful death. Yom Zakai, he'll die as merit, v'al Yom Chayev, not to die when he's obligated. As we see, Shamisasan Sharishaim Hanal Lehen V'Hanal Oilam. Death to a wicked individual, death to a Rasha is beneficial to them and beneficial to the whole world. To them, they no longer could do Isurim. They no longer, therefore, will be punished for their Isurim because they're not doing any more Isurim. And for the world, they no longer could wreak havoc, they no longer could do terrible things, so it's beneficial to the world. Remember, we said it's beneficial, it's not necessarily Tov, because they don't see it as Tov. It's not subjectively good to them, but it's objectively true and it's beneficial to the world. L'tzadikim, death to a tzaddik is Ra'la and Ra'al Olam. It's bad for them and bad for the world. It's bad for them, they no longer can do mitzvahs, like the Vilna Gaon holding his sittis. We want to do more mitzvahs or more schar. It's bad for the world. We don't have their schusim in this world. We don't have their presence to go for, to learn from, to be inspired by, to get eitzah from, to go for brachos. The heilige tzadikim. Yayin v'shina. Drinking wine and going to sleep. Unless it's Mekayim Darama and drinking a Purim. Another discussion, not for now. But going to sleep after drinking wine, l'risham, for wicked people had no lemon on them. It's good for them and good for the world. They're sleeping, therefore they can't do any averos, they can't do anything wrong. It's good for the world, they can't wreak any havoc, they can't do any bad in the world. L'tzadikim, but for a tzadik, it's ra'la v'ra'la. They're not able to learn Torah, they're not able to do mitzvahs, it's bad for them. And it's bad for the world, we don't have those chusim, we don't have them to go to for brachas and all that we just discussed. Pizor l'rishayim anolam anolam. Pizor, being dispersed, not being together and unified. It's good for them, for the Rishayim, and it's good for the world. They can't get together and decide to do more Averos, more Taivas. It's good for the world, they won't do bad things, they will bring down the world. The Tzadikim Rolam Rolam. For Tzadikim we need unity, we need them to be together, discussing Torah, bringing out ways to be mitaking, to fix the world. So it's bad for them and bad for the world. Kinos, the opposite is obviously Kinos, to be gathered together, l'risham, for wicked Ra'la and Ra'lolam, is bad for them and bad for the world. They're together, as we just discussed, they're going to do all different types of terrible things and terrible taivas. It's bad for them, it's bad for the world, l'tzadikim, and for tzadikim, anolam and alolam. It's good for them and good for the world. It's beneficial for them and beneficial for the world. They're going to be able to learn Torah, be able to come up with new ways to fix the world. They'll have tzchusim, sheket. Sheket is tranquility, no pain, no suffering. L'risham, for wicked people, ra'lahem v'ra'laylam. It's bad for them and bad for the world. Ul tzadikim, hanolam and olam. For the tzadikim, it's good for them and good for the world. For Risham, if they're no pain, no suffering. They have sheket, so they could do lots of averos and destroy. And for tzaddikim, they could, if they have no pain and no suffering, they could do zuchusim and they could learn Torah and they could do lots of mitzvahs. Das is the Eilige Mishnah. We're now going to go into Ayin Beis and Aleph. The year is Tafshin. Ayin Beis. Ayin Beis is Amelus B'Torah. Ayin Beis is Rashi Tevis Amelus B'Torah, that we have to toil in Torah, to put an effort in Torah. Halavai should have Amelus B'Torah. Ayin Beis. Zok Te'el Gemara. Ayin Beis and Aleph. Tanya, we learned in the Brayso. Rabbi Yosef Glili Rabbi Yosef Glili says, V'chim ibnei shachul zeh tartamer basar, because this Ben Zormora ate a tartamer of basar, v'shas chatzi lug yayin, and drank a half a lug of wine, hayitalki from Italy, Italian wine. Amra Torah, does the Torah tell us yatza lebezdin lisakel, that we should take him out to Bezdin and stone him, kill him? What did he do so wrong? He ate a nice steak. He had a nice cup of wine, nice glass of wine. Is that the biggest deal in the world? Death? But the Torah reaches out and understands what's going to be in the end. What's going to eventually happen. What's going to be the soif daito at the end of his head. Meaning what he's going to end up doing. Shal ben Tzarmar, this rebellious son. Shesoif, and in the end, Migmar Nichse Aviv, he'll finish off Nichse Aviv, the property of his father, meaning he'll run through all the money of his father, he'll use up all the cash. And he'll want to still feed his addiction, fine wine and good steaks and all different types of materialism. Mevakesh limudo, he'll seek out, he'll want limudo, what he taught himself, he'll want what he got used to. We like what we get used to, we teach ourselves. He became an addict. They ain't no motzi, but he won't be able to find anything because he doesn't have money for it, he doesn't have the funds. The yotzi leprashas drachim, he'll go out to the crossroads where all the bad things happen, where people are all the time. Umelastim es abrios, and he'll steal from people, but he won't just steal from them, he'll be willing to murder them. And then he at that point will be chayav misa. Therefore, Amar Torah Yamazaka to keep him from reaching that stage, which will be definitive, the Torah is telling us. Based on all the different criteria, this for sure will happen, although it never has happened. Yamazaka Yamazchayev, it's better to die in the state of merit before we get to that, than he should die obligated. And now the Gemara just ends, similar to the Mishnah, and it goes on the tangent, Shemisasan, Shurasham, death to a Rasha, and Olam, and Olam. I'm not going to explain it well now, I did already in the Mishnah. It's beneficial to them, beneficial to the world. L'tzadikim, Olam, Olam. It's bad for them, bad for the world. Shina v'yayin, going to sleep after drinking wine, L'rasham, and Olam, and Olam. For Rasham is bad for them, is good for them and good for the world, because they're sleeping, they can't do Averos. Shina v'yayin, L'tzadikim, Olam, is bad for them and bad for the world, because they can't do mitzvahs. Shekat, l'risham, r'alam, v'alaylam. When there's tranquility for Risham, it's bad for them and bad for the world. The tzaddikim and alam and alaylam, it's great for them and great for the world, beneficial for the world. Pizor, l'rishayim, and alam and alaylam. When they're dispersed by Risham, it's beneficial for them and beneficial for the world. Tzaddikim, r'alam, v'alaylam. For tzaddikim, it's bad for them and bad for the world. To explain each of those cases, obviously you watched this, you saw we explained those all in the Mishnah already, so I'm not going to explain them again. That's the first portion of the Gemara, the first chelek, the Mishnah and Gemara. So we're going to stop this video right over here, and to continue on to the next Mishnah and the final Gemara, you can press right over.